Gotcha. Heyo.
Name's Rufius.
Oh, there we go now.
Whatever.
Right. Where did she say that the thingy would be? Oh, you're just gonna tell it. Okay. Right. Where is she? Over here? Hello.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see? She needs the resin of a plant called silphium.
There you go.
What?
There you go.
Julia?
Yeah, we've done
Hopefully
this.
in a moment. That was
Honestly, you wouldn't believe if I told you.
look. If you don't want to tell, that was like you just saved up, and maybe she can tell us in
We
the
did all
meantime.
that. We did all that. I figured out how to treat rheumatism.
You made it into the palace. I'm impressed. How is Nevia?
She's like, what do you mean rheumatism? She's alive, but she wants to be left alone, and the treatment is Willowbark.
Willowback. I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Finely shaved Willowbark for medicinal purposes. Alright.
Thank you. I'm really glad you arrived when you did.
I'll be going now.
That's a shame. Thanks.
Alright, okay. Rufus was like over here, wasn't he? I know you keep saying you'll try to help me. Rufus! Rufus Shinra, where are you? Rufio, or whatever your name was. Rufius. Maybe he wandered down this way somewhere. Rufius! I think it's time for a golden poop stick. Oh, I was hoping for a golden poop stick. Look how cool that would have been if we'd had a golden poop stick.
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there,
It has
has
to
to
be
be
important. Well, I guess we can,
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
Quidia. Hey, what's up, Quidia?
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what
Equitia.
do I owe the pleasure of this visit?
This is about how they find out we're trying to find a pattern.
Interesting. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, they're very chill me having a bow, aren't they? Some people mentioned an encounter with a stranger at the riverbank.
Yes, I also had such an encounter. What else?
People make
Yes,
coin.
what else?
We mentioned a river.
Let me ask you.
Dead young
And-
woman. Karen.
I see.
She ran a hood. We know, but we chat this. All right, we'll meet you in the baths.
Don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
I mean, would that be so bad? Would that be so bad, lady? Vesta is the Roman equivalent of the god of Hestia. Ah, okay. Vesta. Vesta, not Vestia. It's a very, very fancy baths. What? It feels like somewhere we should see like a naked person come out of the water, you know? And be like, oh, it's so beautiful. Ah, they got to go up mid-dive. Hello.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood.
Yes.
Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp.
What a great
But
lamp.
do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off.
Sharon.
The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was Charon, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead.
Charon.
Charon, who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
There are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. But on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
Pace is the underworld?
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
So we're dead?
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Can you tell me about Sharon? Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river.
Charon.
It was said
Charon.
that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks. The only difference is that they spelled it with a kappa, which I suppose means Kharon, is closer to the original spelling.
You spelled it with a kappa. Kappa. I didn't even all recognize Charon immediately.
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises.
Kappa
You
Haron.
say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kerti, and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kumut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the
Kmart.
only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
Why are there so few people in the underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river, but that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins?
Just a mad
In our
collector.
case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so
Really
many
expensive
others
Amazon
did
wish
not.
list. So you gotta make a living, you know? A mortal being. I might be an immortal being, but I still got a job. I gotta pay my taxes. I'm trying to keep this. It's like a bus driver. You gotta have the exact change. They're like, oh, fuck it, I'm not taking you. No, come on. Look, man, I don't carry around I don't carry around change to change for a $5. Okay, you gotta give me the exact change. If I'm just doing that all the time, I'm gonna have any money left. I'll never have change for anybody. Yeah. People are always going about taxing the rich more, man. I tell you, you gotta tax the immortal and the undead. Endless income, then. What are they gonna do? Complain? Pfft, they can't complain. They ain't got no souls. We're allowed to show them nude because they ain't got no souls. Where did you try to keep this from me? Yeah.
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help. I promise you.
That's all the questions I had.
Now that we know where we are, we have to figure out what to do about it, if we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian
Hercules.
poet. Sisyphus, a
Orpheus.
king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the underworld because he cowed its god with his strength.
And you picked up Megara from the
Sisyphus
lake.
and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
Can't we just escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We
Yeah.
know that, thanks to the writings
If you
left
pick up a
behind
ladder,
by
you get
those
turned to
who've
gold.
tried.
No, you seem uncomfortable calling the god of the underworld by his name. Why is that?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Pluto. What are you saying about me? Oh, I was talking about the Disney dog, actually. Ah. Probably shouldn't have wound you up, I guess. Tell me more about... It's like Biggie Smalls. Biggie Smalls. And then he appears behind you in a mirror. This is Pluto. And then Pluto the dog appears behind. Turns out Pluto is literally Pluto the dog at Lord of the Underworld. Maybe Cerberus could be free-headed Pluto. I don't know. Tell me more about confronting Pluto head-on.
Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from?
man.
That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
Wow, ouch. I mean, look, I'm trying to work. Listen, I'm getting back into the gym, all right? I'm working. I'm trying to work out. I just things keep getting in the way, like getting taken down to hell by Charon or whatever. I'm doing my best, you know. I'm hitting the weights. I'm working it up. I'm not just gonna go from fucking, you know, twink to hunk in no time. That's how I go from the tiny twink you see before you to the massive beast ahead. Hercules could manipulate time or turn organic matter into gold.
Are you telling me that you can?
Can, yes.
I won't pretend to understand exactly what that
I
means.
don't understand that.
But if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day. But first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is,
Hercules
the
and
door has
Milby.
been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here.
Buds
and
in
there
life.
doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so,
Maximus.
dishonored and angered our divine keeper.
Maximus
If you could
Decimus
recover
Meridius.
and replace all 4 of
Hercules
those
and
missing
Maximus.
plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
I could be Greek. Maximus, you know, give me that. Milcules. Milcules. That's a good one, Liz. Milcules. Milcules sounds like you're milking Hercules. Or it's like some kind of brand of milk for Hercules. What can you tell me about the obelisk?
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
Mystery plaque. Ooh. Where would I find the Roman plaque?
Good question. To answer that, we first need to ask who would have defaced the obelisk in the first place. It would have had the god's name engraved into it, so it may be that whoever desecrated it wanted that name to be forgotten. And there's only one group of people I know of who might want to do that.
Christians.
There's a cult in Rome that often argued there is only one true god.
Fucking Christians.
Theirs, of course. They've been known to start fires, as well as deface religious monuments whose existence challenged their beliefs. If I were you, I'd go
So
looking
not much has
for them.
changed then, really.
Of course, they've all been in hiding since the fire last year, so finding them won't be easy. But I did hear a rumor they have a secret shrine somewhere in the city. Perhaps, if you could find that, you might be able to recover the Roman plaque.
Oh my god. So we've got to go to the den of Christians. Where do I find the Greek plaque?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius.
Georgius.
His store is in the forum.
Okay. What about Egyptian?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago.
Well, that's not helpful to me.
But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern. So perhaps you could talk to her. Or just take a look in his room.
True. Where would I find the mystery plaque?
I'm afraid you're on your own with that one. But perhaps finding the other three will illuminate the way.
Alright. They were escaping with the help of Persephone, or a guide.
As I mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
Arranged marriage. So she might be willing to work against him to help us?
If the stories are true, then I suppose so. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving
Morse
that
code.
aside for a moment,
I heard that she loves Morse
there
code.
is also the possibility
That's
of
why.
a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
It just runs every hour. Provius. Every hour. For like 2 minutes every hour. It's something that I made. Hear the female statues whispering to me every now and then.
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now?
Unless you're subscribed or
Then again, I
have
suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as
Twitch Table.
Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
What is this? How am I being? This is the Forgotten City. It is a game. It's a standalone game based off of a mod for Skyrim. I think it went by the same name. Basically, you've like ended up in this place. You're from modern times. You've ended up in this Roman city-looking thing, and you're stuck in a time loop, and you're trying to work out how to get out. Basically, that's the spoiler-free explanation.
Fascinating. Perhaps she's a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself. If she has
is very
indeed been
fun.
abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, let me know if you hear anything that might be a thread through this labyrinth.
All right, I'm ready to get started.
All right. I would suggest not
Probably
discussing
best.
this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this
Bit like
terrible
Bug Island?
secret
Not at all,
this
no.
time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
I don't know how I would I don't know how I would compare this to Bug Snacks. I think I'll chat with Olivia first.
In any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
I've never heard of Bug Island. I only know one game that involves Bug Island, and I thought you just were saying Bug Snacks, but didn't know Bug Snacks. The name. I've never heard of Bug Island. Fade against the current. I really don't think linking this and Bug Snacks works. I'm sorry. You could just link everything then. Any game where there's a mystery and you talk to people, and solve issues is gonna suddenly be this game then. Okay. Oh, we've got to talk to the baker about the
Ave.
Ave. Ave, you too. Hello.
Shut you. You took care of him?
It's a time of escape from Bug Island. I might have to look at Bug Island then. Sounds interesting. I really like this game. I compare this most in a weird way to Outer Wilds, just because it feels very similar. But Outer Wilds was more exploration based. This is more like chatting to people, learning stuff and things. Outer Wilds was like, you know, just fire in space, trying to work out what's going on before the loop started again. You had a tragic accident in that shrine.
An accident? So, it's over? Oh God, it's such a relief. I really thought we were all going to die.
Sorry, Fanny.
I do have a question though. That shrine, the one I was going to hide in, did you know it was going to collapse?
No, because then that would be like I murdered him. If I said yes, I'd be admitting to murder.
I don't understand. Oh, I see. I should probably keep my big mouth shut then.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Exactly.
I promise nobody else will ever know what you did. But I know. That was really clever. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, speaking of which, welcome. I'm Fabia. Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need anything?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
Hello, Ari man. Join the stream to see this. We just stopped a murderer from murdering people. It's fine. How did you end up here?
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
You didn't meet someone, did you? Sorry to hear about that.
It's nice of you to say, but you should save your sympathy. Lots of people here need it more than I do.
Do you know a way out of here?
What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already?
Yeah, man, this place fucking sucks.
Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave?
It's fucking awful. Why would I want to be
People
here?
here.
Evil statues tell me
Valerius
where to
works
go.
hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables. And Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes. And Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us. Well, he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days.
Fair enough. What do you think about the golden rule?
Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about.
Oh, she's so
will
innocent.
we?
She's so innocent. I like your optimism.
Thanks. And I like your teeth. They're so white. And your clothes. Ooh, I bet my friend Georgius would like to get a look at you. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the golden rule with you too. He'll be just across the forum in his shop.
I thought she was gonna be like, I love your teeth. Give them to me. Any idea who's threatening Virgil?
Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. Late last night, I was cleaning my oven when I heard some noises outside. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out to see what was going on. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out of his cell and was snooping around again.
Old Dooley.
So I popped my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil's shop. I couldn't tell who. It was too dark. I called out to them, but they just turned and ran off without a word. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something metallic. Armour, I think.
Interesting.
So I suppose it could only be one of 3 people. Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. I hope that helps.
Okay, thanks. That does help. Alright, well, we're going now.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
It's alright. You will. You will forget it. But...
Greetings and salutations. Greetings. I'm Georgius.
I know, you want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some questions.
My friend, your words intrigue me more and more.
Do you know where I might find a Greek plaque?
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios.
I think she's cleaning the
yes,
floor, not rolling
but the
down on the
Romans,
floor. It'd be funny
they
if she
do not
was.
care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I
Fucking
am flattered
copycats,
that
man.
they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out.
But then you have no hair
After
left.
a while, I give up, and I become
I give up
Georgius
because
the
I have
Roman.
no hair.
I accept the world is Roman. Plus, I have no hair left to pull.
Yeah, exactly.
But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dooley.
Dooley.
He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy.
Like a little crow.
So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Alright, I'll be going now.
I hope that our paths cross again.
Yeah, I like him. He's alright. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Where's that dickhead that locked me in? Man needs a slap in the face. Where is Rufius? Right, okay, let's talk to these people about who's been harassing Virgil.
Malleolus isn't receiving visitors at the moment, it being election day.
Need to speak. Are you the one threatening Virgil?
Do I seem like anonymous threats in my style?
Not really, no. Fair enough. Opius.
He's not here.
Where is he?
Dunno. The little Caput murder escaped earlier this morning, while I was taking Yulia to the Tell him the punishment he gets for coming back.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, who are you gonna vote for?
Malleolus, of course.
Alright, I'll be going now.
Whatever.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a thing down here, wasn't there?
Hey, you're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
Oh, I wasn't, but now I know about the creature. Don't worry.
Well, it's your funeral.
Actually, we won't go there yet. We'll let's not get too distracted by everything. I feel like if we start going to the cistern, it's gonna be like a whole thing. So maybe we'll do it later.
Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate.
Oh, I guess he's jumped at this point then.
This solemn promise to you, good citizens, and now and Did you just scale the wall to my villa somehow?
Yeah.
I must remember to have words with that buffoon Domitius. Well, why have you risked life and limb to see me?
It's like Skyrim. I mean, it's based on a Skyrim mod, but it doesn't play really like Skyrim. The bow and combat thing, that was the only time I've ever had any combat in the game. For the most part, it's you chatting with people and solving mysteries and stuff. It's like Skyrim minus all the combat, all the RPG elements and stuff. I guess, maybe. So you're Quintus. Oh, yeah, that's a yes.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
One green eye and one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different coloured eyes.
It means you're a demon!
And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
I can't prove it to you yet, but I will. Apparently, Quintus also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
I can't prove it to you yet, but I will.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
Any idea where I found a Roman plaque, by chance?
Look, if I had a Roman plaque in my possession, I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't, so I can't.
Right enough. Here we go now.
I trust you can see yourself out. Through the door this time. There's a key just beside it.
I know, I already own the key. I wonder if your wife wants to chat, you know? Wait, where's he off to? Just chilling out by there for me. Yeah, I wonder if his wife is up for chatting at all. Demon! Yeah, no, heterochromia always looks fucking cool. What up?
You're not supposed to.
My bad, I'll be going now.
I should hope. This is outrageous.
Still doesn't want to talk with me.
Thank you.
Thank you. I am
Right.
Oi. How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers?
You cheeky little stirkers, you.
Citizen.
Magistrate. Right, I need to find the other armored guys. Benny Stringbean. Hello. Alright, where are the armored lads? We're gonna have the... Are they? We're gonna have the thing soon, the debate, and it's all gonna fall apart on us. Darkness, a secret shrine for Octavia. As anonymous friend to Octavia, may the Lord bless and guide you. I'm sorry I could not risk discussing this with you in person. If I'm right, then you're a believer like me. You may not be able to worship openly here. But know that you're not alone. If you feel you need somewhere to pray, there's a special place waiting for you deep in the caves behind the theater. Turn right at the first fork and again at the second. Interesting, okay. How's the game going? It's great. I'm loving it. I'm loving the mystery solving.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
You also shouldn't have it. Damn it, man. Where the hell is Rufius at? Where'd you find a flashlight in ancient Rome? You come from modern times, so you have a flashlight when you came here. Karen gave it to you. Like I said, you had it when you came here. It's an infinite torch. Maybe the batteries get recharged every time I go back in time. Gotta find a door for that one. I'm to the end of the time loop. Yeah, basically, what happens is the timer for this is there's a debate going on about who's going to be the new leader in the election. When the election starts, Malleus wins, and then has Gallius try to kill the current leader, the magistrate, in order to prove the golden rule isn't real, which makes the golden rule happen, and then all the statues turn everyone to gold, so you got to get out. You can make it happen earlier by just committing a crime, but there's like a hard time limit with that. Kind of like the... And then when it runs out, you just loop again, basically. Ooh. If you hurt anyone, if you steal, then they will come alive. Kill everyone. Or turn them to gold, should I say. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, you come back here. It'll probably happen pretty soon because it's getting quite dark now. Here they are.
That light! Did you
Not bad.
steal it from the gods?
Isn't that an impressive trinket?
Decius is here. Oh, there's a fucking Decius guy. Oi.
Oh, hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. I think there might have been some confusion about my little practical joke earlier. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like two friends joking around at the Saturnalia, and then, surprise, I'd open the door. But when I opened it, you were gone.
Basically, anything you have on you, items and everything, carries through the loop. But everyone else resets. But for the quests you've already completed, rather than have to do them all over again, there's a guy you can talk to at the beginning who's like, hey, welcome to the town. And you can be like, hey, stop. Right, you need to go do this, this, and this, because these people need help. Oh, the election's on. And then, we'll have to talk to him next time. And then, yeah, he's like, this isn't this need doing, so this guy will run off and complete all the quests for you that you've already done, basically.
Wow, isn't that a big, long bow?
Excuse me?
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia.
Yeah, I know.
And,
You're a fucking evil
I hope
person.
I'm not being too forward.
Yes.
There's a light in your...
Determines you are beautiful. You're not too strong. Why you came to me? Looking for Kabash. Have you seen him?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered. The
she's
one
furiously
word I
rubbing
kept
that
hearing
shit, isn't she?
was vanishing. And then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, this Outer Wilds Majora's Mask have a really cool mechanic of the time loop mystery
All
thing
right.
that I really
See ya.
love. I need it to be a genre, time loop mystery genre. You're like, yes, I want that to be a thing.
Cerberus lifts his dribble head and lets out his threefold braying.
Oh, we're gonna get a very loud. I'm turning things down because it's gonna get very loud in a moment. Here we are.
Georgius, Dacius, Galerius.
I abstain. I'm just here to observe.
Bug
Virgil,
Island apparently as I've
Rufius,
been informed.
Malleolus.
And finally, Domitius.
Malleolus. Who else?
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Marcus Malleolus Gurges.
Hail, Magistrate Malleolus. I said, hail, Magistrate Malleolus.
Speaking of Outer
That's more
Wilds,
like it.
apparently DLC might be getting announced for that soon, which should be
Thank
cool.
you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. And now, I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens. Under my leadership, you will finally enjoy the freedom you deserve. No more shall you walk on eggshells, fearing simply to live and breathe, because the tyrant Sentius told you it was forbidden. For my first act as magistrate, I hereby announce a day of celebration to mark the end of an era. The myth of the Golden Rule is no more.
The Golden Rule is real, you idiot.
For his attempt to deceive us all, Sentius is hereby found
Be
guilty
warned.
of treason
A very
against
loud
the
voice is gonna boom over the game in a minute.
I have committed no crimes.
It's very
This
loud.
is madness.
His sentence: to fight for his life in gladiatorial combat
Probably be-
against Domitius. Here and now for your entertainment.
Probably be safest by here.
You have no idea what you're doing.
It's very
You're going
loud.
to
I'm
get
turning
us
it
all
down, but
killed.
Wait, I exercise my right as a Vestal priestess.
turning it
to
down a
pardon
bit to
him.
prepare,
I
but
will
it's still
not
gonna be
allow
very
you to
loud.
do this.
You're showing your true colors now, priestess. Your corruption sickens me. Domitius, ignore her. Proceed.
This is insanity. You'll doom us all.
Lies. It is time the Golden Rule was exposed for what it is. A children's fable.
Is there a limiter?
Exploited by a treacherous leader to
No, every
instill
time I try to put a
fear
limiter in,
and
it just fucks up my sound.
This is why he's in his gladiator gear. They've been planning this all along.
Shut up, all of you. The magistrate has spoken. I'm going to enjoy killing
There he
you,
goes.
old man.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
There we go, lovely and loud. Hurry up, dude. Hurry up, dude. We got arrow people after us. Alright, he's dead. Alright. Has he got anything on you? No, okay. Yeah. Hurry up and die, dude. Alright, okay. Real quick. Let me just go grab my water and then we'll continue. I need my drink. Maybe even a drinky sneaky sneak. Should be about a minute.